really want to mow. Just take a quick look at this weather forecast. Alright, let's see. Today looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Tomorrow, ooh, looks even better. Saturday, what the? Sunday, what the? I guess we're back to being bipolar again, but that really hasn't changed much this spring so far. Alright, I gotta get out there and do something. Just look at this right now. The sliding door is open, fresh air coming in, kids screaming over at the daycare, pretty much a normal day. Remember just a couple videos back when I said this? The other day I did a little bit of an experiment to mow just a few strips in my backyard. We have some cold weather coming up, so I wanted to kind of see how it's going to react to that, to know what I can do in the rest of my yard. So I would love to be out mowing. I gave that grass another test cut last night, and I unfortunately didn't get any footage of that because my camera battery was dead at the time. But today, I'm trying to decide here what I should do. You just saw that forecast. I don't really want to do too much with those 20s, the low 20s coming on Saturday and Sunday, but I just really want to mow. And this area that I just showed you, it's looking really nice from being mowed. I really think the rest of it would probably be fine. So far this is what the area looks like that I have mowed yesterday and that I mowed a couple weeks ago. We have had some low temperatures, so I think everything's really going to be fine even with those low temperatures, but take a quick look here. But after looking at that closely, I think I've made my decision. I got gas on my hands already. Took one pour this year. Such a rookie. Out of sorts today already. I forgot the bag. The nice thing about having my wife use the clippings for her garden is the fact that I don't have to go very far in order to dump them. So that's a really nice thing. Sometimes it's kind of a pain to bag just because you got to find somewhere for the clippings to go, or you have to properly get rid of them, which isn't all that fun either. But luckily I have this garden right here. I feel like I'm cutting in just a little bit deeper than I want to go for the first cut here on some of the grass that was a little bit longer from the winter time. So I'm going to raise the back of the deck just one notch up. This should give us just a little bit less deep cut there, and we won't be cutting down too much on the first cut. It'd probably be okay. It's just I don't like the look of that really yellow, gross look of the root system there. So that's kind of my plan. I'm just going to try that, see what it looks like. I think everyone's excited to be out in the weather today, including the dogs. Looking at that, it looks a little bit better now, just up one notch on the back, so this should be somewhere right around 2 inches, and that's what I'm trying to get it to because I'm thinking about the possibility of dethatching, and I've never done it on this backyard before. So the reason that I want to do that is after last year, all that growing and everything, the grass types, the actual cultivars that I have recommend to dethatch it in the spring. I've never done it. I normally aerate. But this year, since I do have that dethatching machine that I got last year, I'm just considering doing it and seeing what happens. So let's finish off the rest of this part of the mow, and then I'll show you kind of an overall look of what things look like. Alright, so nice to be back out here. Again, I'm out of shape, but I will get back there, I can tell you that. So let's take a little look at what the height is right now. I'm gonna go get a tape measure and kind of measure that off. It's hard to tell here probably on video, but in person you can see that where I was mowing a little bit lower, it's a little bit more yellow. We were cutting down into a little bit of the root system, so it looks a little bit better, cut a little bit higher, but I want to kind of see where I'm sitting at now in terms of height. Right, for the most part here at this lower spot, it's about 1 3/4, maybe just a little bit more here and there. So that was cutting pretty low. That's probably why it's looking a little bit more yellow. And pretty much just as I suspected, we're right at 2 inches for the area that I changed when I raised the back of the deck up just a little bit. So right at 2 inches there, about exactly where I want to be. I like to test those things as far as mower height goes, just because a lot of times you can look at the manual and things, but it's not exactly right on what that says anyway, and then you got bumps in your yard, things aren't perfectly level. I like to just take out a tape measure like that every once in a while, especially early in the season when you're trying to get a pretty exact height, and just test it out, see what it's looking like. So I'm not gonna be doing anything in the front yard yet today because it hasn't grown as much as this bluegrass has. I have some things coming up here pretty soon, some surprises for you, so you're gonna wanna stay tuned with my plan for what I'm gonna be doing there. But we're going to be doing some different things with the front yard specifically this year, and I'm really excited about it, so I hope you'll stay tuned for that. So one other thing I forgot to mention today is why I wasn't using the Timemaster is just for the fact that even with a little bit bigger deck, it's hard to cut at lower cutting heights if you've been cutting at 3 or 3.5 inches during your last season. Unless you have a super level yard, which mine is not completely level by any means, it's going to be harder without scalping. So I tend to use the little bit lower deck when I'm going a little bit lower on the grass. That works a little bit better. Alright, had to get out the Timemaster, I couldn't resist. This is 2.75 inches. Check out these stripes. Alright, what a blast that was for me today. I hope it was for you watching as well, and I hope your season is about to start very soon. So thank you very much for watching this video. We'll see you next time.